Next thing I want to do is I want to add a reverb. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to my synths and I'm going to say new track. This is going to be an aux and I'm going to say room, and it's going to be a stereo. I'm going to bring that next to the lead vocal. I'm going to change the colors real quick. It's getting difficult to see this. There we go. And I'm going to change these two to green. That's how I like my vocals to be. And let's add a reverb here. And I'm just gonna add, actually, yeah, let's add a deverb. And I'm actually gonna use room 1 as the first plugin. And I'm gonna solo save this reverb. Right now, I have everything going to output 1 and 2. So let me make sure that these two are going to the mix bus. I'm gonna solo the vocal just to hear what the room plugin is doing.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from. Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing. Under pale moonlight.
Okay, and what I'm looking for here is barely just a noticeable type reverb, like I'm actually putting it in a room, and I'm not looking for a specific room tone. I'm just looking for a tone that resembles a room so it doesn't sound so dry. It's already got a room tone on it from where it was recorded, but I just want to exaggerate it just a touch, and I can adjust that with the decay here. Watch the difference.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love.
Okay, and let me use a low pass filter, see what that does.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes.
So right about there is good. It's just not applying reverb to anything above 11.4. And I also can use a high cut filter.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from.
Sounds good there. Let's play with the diffusion.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your.
Sounds okay there. Let's see what the pre-delay does. I actually don't want to apply pre-delay with this plugin, but let's go and do that.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies.
Because I don't want it to sound like a plate.
Under pale moonlight. Under pale moonlight. Under pale moon. Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love. Tell me, what is it like to dance in the rain under pale moonlight? I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up.
Okay, so that's perfect. That's just adding a touch of a room tone in it, and you could hear that there's space in the within the vocal. It's not just right there dry, but it's creating a bit of depth into it. So let's using the same type plugin, let's create a delay now, and I'm just gonna take the second send. I'm gonna click on there and say new track, and actually instead of a delay, I'm now gonna create a plate, still a stereo auxiliary track, and I'm just gonna hit create, and that put it there. And I like to keep my things organized, so now I have my room and my plate, and I'm gonna turn that green as well. Okay, so let's add a I'm just going to copy the Reverb. And let's bring it up.
Under a pale moon.
Okay, let's select a plate. And let's go. And notice you have the options here to use some presets, but I'm just creating my own presets. Let's start with that vocal preset.
Under a pale moon.
I'm going to mute the room reverb.
Under a pale moonlight.
And the one thing I didn't do is I didn't solo save it, so you can't hear anything. So make sure you always do that. And I know that a lot of people watch these videos on cell phones, so I'm going to try to optimize the videos for use for viewing with cell phones.
Under a pale moonlight. Under a pale moonlight. Under a pale moonlight. Under a pale moon.
In essence, the presets here, see, it just changes the decay. So I want to use a small one and add from there. Let's see what happens.
Under a pale moonlight. I'm stealing stars from the skies. They fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love.
That's sounding pretty nice, actually. Let me see if I can do anything with the low pass filter.
Under a pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies. They fall.
Okay, let's try diffusion.
Under a pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies. They fall.
Let's play with the pre-delay.
Under a pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies. They fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped.
Now that's the one thing that I really like about plates using the pre-delay, because it just gives it that zizzle. I can't say it, zizzle. Anyways, and then I'll just blend it in.
Under a pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies. They fall from your eyes. I'm getting.
So one test that I like to do is stopping the vocal as it's ending so that you can hear the tail of the reverb.
Under a pale moonlight.
You hear that? Whoops.
Under a pale. Under a pale.
Okay, that was just exaggerating a little bit.
Under a pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the.
That sounds perfect to me right there. Let me bring in the room.
Under a pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies. They fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up. Under a pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies.
Okay, so one thing that I forgot to do again, or actually, did I solo save it? Yes, I did. Actually, I didn't route it to the mix bus. So let me do that now.
Under a pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies. They fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love.
Okay, so far that's good. Now let's bring in the big guns, and now let's go with a haw. So I have a room, a plate. Now I'm gonna bring in a haw just to give it a little touch of something special. Again, new track. And I'm just gonna call it haw. Okay, and again, I'm just gonna put them in order. Oops. So I had it room, plate, hall, same colors. So I'm just gonna copy this plugin there to the hall, and I'm just gonna say let's see, large bright hall. Let's try that. See what happens.
Under a pale moon. moonlight.
Of course, I need to make sure I send this to the right place, mix bus. And again, I'm going to try to optimize these videos for watching over cell phones as well. So I know a lot of people watch on cell phones.
Under pale moonlight.
So I'm muting the other two plugins just to see what sort of difference this is making.
Under pale moonlight. Under.
What do you think is the problem? It's not solo saved. See?
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love. Tell me, what is it like to dance in the rain under pale moonlight? I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love with you.
Okay, so that's a nice haul, but I'm not going to use all of it. This is just giving me an extra taste.
Under pale moonlight.
And what I like to do is blend it in to the point where I can barely hear it.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies.
That's good enough. Let's bring in the plate
Under pale moonlight,
and the room.
under pale moonlight.
All right, now let's bring in another big gun. And this time, you guessed it, I'm going to bring in a delay. And I'm just going to call this D1. Because I don't know if I'm going to use another one. And I'm going to find one of my favorite delays in the world, in the whole wide world, which is the Avid stock delay. And once again, let's make sure we solo save the delay track, and let's make sure we route it to the mix bus. All right, let's see. Okay. So I have no strategy here, no number in mind, no preset, no John Lennon delay or whatever you want to call it. All I'm going to do is play with it, and I want a short delay because I'm going to add a long delay as well.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies.
Let's see what do we have here. I don't want a slapback because I feel like I did a little bit of slapback with the plate and with the room plugin. So let's just do, I don't want an echo. Let's just go here, mod delay short. Let's see what that sounds like.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in.
Okay, so the one thing with this plugin is that I can actually control the left and the right side separately, but I gotta make sure that it's unlinked. So see, watch this. If I do the delay here, and then I go to the right, then I could do a different delay.
Under pale moonlight, under pale
yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Okay, so let me start with the left.
Under pale moonlight, under pale ceiling, I'm ceiling, under pale moon.
Right now I have it linked, but once I get to where I want it, I'm gonna unlink it.
Under pale moon, under pale moon, under pale moon, under pale moonlight. I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from you.
Okay, so the way I like doing my delays is, and this delay here, I'm actually doing a low pass filter. So it's gonna sound a bit warmer, a bit darker. The higher this number is, the brighter it'll sound. The lower it is, the more warmer it'll sound.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars.
I normally don't do anything with the modulation. I struggle with hearing a big difference, but let's see what big difference we can hear now, or if any.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting
So I'm not even gonna touch those. Let's keep going here.
under pale moonlight.
And right now it's synced, and I've got it at 214 milliseconds, which is a 16th note.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies.
Let's bring it up a little bit.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing.
Bring it back to 16th note.
Under pale moonlight, under pale moonlight.
Okay, now let's go to the right side, and it's set up exactly as the left side was. And from here, I'm gonna make this delay last longer, so I'm gonna push the feedback up.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm good.
But I'm gonna shorten the delay in terms of how many repeats and the note duration.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love.
Sounds a little bit crazy, but let's see what that sounds like in context.
Under pale moonlight.
All right, let's listen to the mix.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love. Tell me, what is it like to dance in the rain under pale moonlight? I'm stealing stars from the skies.
So it's sounding good. It sounds like the right delay needs to come down a little bit. Now, I don't know if the gain applies to both. Let me see.
Under pale moonlight,
It doesn't. That's great.
under pale moonlight.
So what it's doing, it's going the main vocal, it's going light, and then the left light, and then the right light. So it's going light, 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 which is pretty cool.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up.
And there is, I need to lower the room and maybe the plate, because it's, or actually the hall. Let's see.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love.
Okay, I feel like this needs a bit more high end, but I'll get to that later. But one thing that I am going to do now is, because I have all of these tracks now going to the mix bus, I'm going to actually group them into their own bus so I can do a bit of EQ at the bus level. So let's go there, and with all of the tracks selected, I'm going to hold Shift Option, and I'm going to click on the output of the last selected track, and I'm going to send them all to a new track. And this is going to be a stereo aux, and I'm going to call this lead vocal bus. And I'm going to solo save it, which is actually, sorry, here. And now I'm going to change the colors again. Make sure all of the tracks match. I'm just going to use green. All right. Now all of the audio is going from the lead vocal into, and I'm sending some level to the effects, going back into the lead vocal bus, and then from the lead vocal bus we're gonna send it to the mix bus, and it sounds like this.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love.
I'm gonna bring up the level a little bit of the lead vocal, and mind you, this is not perfect, but it's a great start. I'm gonna tweak it a bit later.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies.
Okay, I feel like I need some top end, so I'm not gonna compress at the bus level. I'm just gonna add an EQ. And let's go to the Avid EQ. And again, I'm trying to optimize this for cell phones. Did I tell you that?
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love. Tell me what.
Okay, so that sounds a little bit better, a little brighter.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the.
So let's do a quick comparison with and without plugins. So I'm just going to select all of them, and then I'm going to hit the shortcut Shift 2 is going to turn off all my plugins here, and then Shift 3 or Shift 4 is going to turn off all of my sends. And let me bring down the faders here. Okay, so I'm using two shortcuts. And I'm using Shift 2 and Shift 4. Shift 2 and Shift 4 for the sends. Here we go.
Under pale moonlight, I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love, wrapped up in love. Tell me, what is it like to dance in the rain under pale moonlight? I'm stealing stars from the skies that fall from your eyes. I'm getting wrapped up in love with you,
Okay, so you can clearly see how much more difficult it is to mix the lead vocal in context, but it really forces you to use your ear better, and I'm really pleased with the result. I didn't expect that, but again, I didn't use a formula. I just slapped some plugins and I play with it to taste, and this is a great tool. And I'm gonna try to optimize all of my videos for cell phone viewing, because most people again are watching their videos on cell phone, so you can watch them anywhere. Because I go back and review my videos to see how I do, and I notice that sometimes it's too small to look at it on a cell phone. So hopefully by doing this, everyone will be able to see it at any time. So let's leave it at that for now, and we'll come back later to do some more stuff, and it's gonna start getting fun from this point on. All right, I'll speak to you soon.